Welcome to the Story Chamber, where stories come to life. If you enjoy our tales, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family. Now, let's begin today's story. Once, nestled in the gentle embrace of rolling green hills, lay a tranquil farm. Its days were marked by the rhythm of nature, the golden sun rising over the distant trees, the soft lowing of cattle, and the contented clucking of hens. In this peaceful haven, there lived a proud rooster and a magnificent peacock. Though strikingly different in appearance and temperament, they were, against all odds, the very best of friends. The rooster, with his modest reddish-brown feathers and sturdy frame, was the farm's tireless alarm clock. Every morning, long before the sun painted the sky with its vibrant hues, he would perch himself on the highest fence post and let out a resounding, unwavering crow. His call, a clear and resonant cock-a-doodle-doo, Zrania, would pierce the stillness of the dawn, rousing the entire farm to life. He was plain, perhaps, but hard-working, dependable, and deeply committed to his duties. The peacock, on the other hand, was a creature of breathtaking beauty and effortless grace. His iridescent tail feathers, adorned with 100 shimmering eyes, would dazzle in the sunlight, fanning out like a jeweled cape as he strutted across the farmyard. He moved with an innate elegance, his every step a dance, and he was undeniably admired by all who saw him. Children would gasp in delight, and even the gruff old farmer would pause his chores to watch the peacock's mesmerizing display. Despite their contrasting natures, one humble and punctual, the other flamboyant and admired, their bond was strong, built on mutual respect and shared moments of quiet companionship. They often spent their afternoons together, the rooster pecking contentedly at seeds, while the peacock preened his magnificent plumage, their friendship a testament to their accepting differences. One day, an unsettling new presence arrived at the farm. It was a sly fox, sleek and cunning, who had disguised himself as a charming, wandering storyteller. His fur was a deceptive shade of auburn, and his eyes held a glint of shrewd intelligence. He observed the farm's inhabitants with keen interest, quickly noticing the unusual and strong bond between the hard-working rooster and the dazzling peacock. A cold, bitter jealousy began to fester in the fox's heart. He couldn't fathom such a pure friendship and instantly sought to unravel it, driven by his envious nature. The fox, a master of manipulation, chose his target carefully. He approached the peacock, whose vanity, he correctly surmised, might be his weakest point. With a voice as smooth as silk and a smile as sharp as his teeth, he began to whisper insidious words into the peacock's ear. "My dear peacock," the fox began, his tone dripping with flattery, "you are truly a marvel. You shine like royalty, a king among birds. Your feathers are woven starlight, your dance a vision of pure grace. So tell me, why do you keep the rooster as your friend? He's just a barnyard bird, plain and common. He cannot compare to your splendor. Wouldn't you prefer to be admired alone, without the dull shadow of his presence beside you?" At first, the peacock, loyal to his old friend, simply ignored the fox's subtle poison. He would fan his tail and turn away, dismissing the words as mere chatter. But day by day, the fox persisted, diligently sowing seeds of pride and doubt in the peacock's impressionable mind. He would weave tales of solitary greatness, of unchallenged glory, slowly chipping away at the peacock's appreciation for his friendship with the rooster. The peacock, dazzled by the constant praise and seduced by the idea of unmatched admiration, gradually began to distance himself from the rooster. He would preen alone, walk with a haughtier gait, and offer fewer of his usual greetings to his old companion. One quiet afternoon, while the rooster was diligently pecking at scattered seeds near the barn, he overheard a hushed conversation. His keen ears picked up the distinctive, silken voice of the fox, followed by the softer tones of his friend. "You don't need him," the fox purred, his voice laced with triumph. "He holds you back. He dims your light." And then, the reply that pierced the rooster's heart like a sharp thorn. "Maybe you're right," the peacock murmured, a hint of new-found arrogance in his tone. "Perhaps I've outgrown him." Heartbroken and stunned by the casual betrayal, the rooster stood frozen for a long moment. Then, without a word, without a backward glance, he slowly turned and walked away, his proud head bowed, leaving the fox and the peacock to their callous conversation. The silence of his departure was far louder than any crow could have been. That night, a treacherous chill hung in the air. The fox, seeing his plan unfold perfectly, approached the now isolated peacock. With promises of secret, glittering treasures hidden deep within the woods, he lured the vain bird away from the safety of the farm. "Imagine the jewels you could add to your already magnificent tale," the fox whispered enticingly. The peacock, blinded by vanity and his newfound pride, eagerly followed the deceptive creature, venturing further and further from the familiar warmth of his home. But once they were far from the farm, deep within the shadows of the ancient trees, the fox's true intentions were chillingly revealed. The mask of the friendly storyteller dropped, revealing the predatory glint in his eyes. He stopped abruptly, his body tensing, and with a menacing snarl, he attacked the peacock. The fox was no longer interested in flattery. He was interested in a meal. The peacock, terrified and unprepared, found himself ensnared, his beautiful feathers ruffled in the struggle. Just as the peacock was about to be captured, his cries of terror muffled by the fox's powerful grip, a loud, piercing crow suddenly echoed through the silent forest. It was the rooster. He had followed them, silently and secretly, his heart filled with a gnawing fear for his old friend, despite the peacock's recent coldness. Driven by pure loyalty, he had put aside his hurt and trailed them. With a flurry of flapping wings and an astonishing display of courage, the rooster launched himself at the fox. He wasn't big or powerful like the leopard, but his determination was immense. His sharp claws raked at the fox's face. His piercing cries filled the air, distracting the predator just enough. The commotion, the sudden loud crowing, and the unexpected struggle carried on the night wind reached the ears of the farmer. Alarmed, the farmer rushed out of his house, carrying his trusty lantern and a sturdy stick. The fox, startled by the rooster's fierce attack, and now hearing the approaching footsteps of the farmer, knew he was defeated. With a frustrated snarl, he released the peacock and vanished into the darkness of the woods, his wicked plan foiled. Wounded, both physically and emotionally, the peacock stood trembling, his magnificent feathers disheveled, but his life saved by the friend he had so casually discarded. His head bowed low in profound shame and regret. "I'm so sorry, dear friend," he whispered, his voice trembling with remorse. "You were always true. I let pride and the empty words of a flatterer blind me to the true value of our friendship. I was so foolish. The rooster, though himself winded from the unexpected fight, smiled gently. There was no anger in his eyes, only understanding and forgiveness. "Real friends," he said softly, his voice calm and steady, "don't leave you when you're down. They don't walk away when you stumble, and they never compete with you. Instead, they always lift each other up, helping you shine brighter, not by diminishing themselves, but by truly wanting your best." From that day on, the rooster and the peacock were closer than ever before, their bond forged anew in the fire of adversity. But this time, the peacock carried a deeper, more profound understanding of the true meaning and invaluable worth of loyalty and genuine friendship. He learned that outward beauty might capture eyes, but inner character and unwavering loyalty are what truly capture hearts. Real-life lessons. True friends remain loyal, even when others turn away. A real friend doesn't betray you or abandon you when you are at your lowest or when tempting whispers try to pull you apart. Their commitment endures. Thank you for watching this story from the Story Chamber. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more magical tales. Until next time, keep dreaming and keep listening.